Do you ever struggle to come up with the right words to convey your thoughts and emotions? That's where figures of speech can be really useful. These literary devices add depth, color, and personality to your writing, make it more engaging and memorable. If you're wondering how you can use them in your book to make it a great read, well, this video is for you. Hey there, I'm Julie the Book Broad, author and founder of Book Launchers. So before I dive in to how to use them and some examples, let's make sure we have the basics covered. What are figures of speech? Well, figures of speech are linguistic tools. I like them because they help express ideas in a more creative and imaginative way. Done right, they can really help create a picture in your reader's mind and bring concepts to life. Or a story or an example to the mind can be easier to remember. They can be used to make a point, They can be used to make a point, evoke emotion, or, like I said, help something to be remembered. There are many different kinds of figures of speech. Each has a unique purpose and effect. I've learned a lot about them in my 6 years at Book Launchers, but I gotta be real honest, I still feel a bit out of my element when I talk about fancy literary things like figures of speech, because I really am a business person at heart. When I did my MBA, they taught me how to use jargon to sound really smart and important and like a six-figure earning consultant. They didn't teach me how to write in a compelling way to engage a reader. But here's what I have seen and learned, and also just some things I really like. And my smart besties and friends can share examples or other ideas in the comments below. And of course, if you're new here, you might not know, but I do respond to almost every comment. And if you comment the day a video is released, you also get entered to win some of our fabulous swag. So my first figure of speech for you today is a simile. She sings like an angel. He was strong as an ox. The night was dark as coal. The leaves whispered like secrets in the wind, or the stars sparkled like diamonds in the sky. A simile is a comparison between two things using the words like or as. I love them because they create pictures in the mind of your reader and help to make abstract concepts more concrete. Next up, metaphor. His words were music to my ears. Time is a thief that steals our memories. Her smile was a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or a phrase is applied to an object or an action that it's not literally applicable, like love is a rose. Metaphors are powerful tools for creating emotion and making abstract ideas more relatable. Definitely use them in your nonfiction writing. It helps a lot. The next one is personification. The moon smiled down at us from the sky. The clouds danced across the horizon. The fire crackled and sang its song. Personification is the attribution of human characteristics to non-human things. Kids are great at this, and ultimately it just takes an imagination. You can add a lot of personality and emotion to your writing and just make it more engaging and memorable by doing a little bit of this. By the way, do you see a pattern here? These devices help make your writing and your book memorable. And when readers remember what you've written, they tell other people, they feel impacted by your work, they're much more likely to write a review, buy your product, be interested in your course or your service, and so on. You have to be memorable if you want a long-term impact with your work, which is why some of these figures of speech can be really powerful for you. Hyperbole. I'm so hungry, I could eat a horse. Now, what's the vegetarian equivalent of this? Like, I'm so hungry, I could eat a pumpkin? I don't know. Maybe I'm so hungry, I could eat all the cheese in France. All right, I got it. I'm so hungry I could eat a cactus. Forget it. I have been waiting for an eternity to come up with a good one. Oh, he's got a million things to do. You get it, right? Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement or claim not meant to be taken literally, like I am definitely not eating a whole cactus. You know, also, he's not as old as the hills. Hyperbole can add humor and emphasis to your writing, making it more memorable, did you say that? And entertaining. So clearly I struggle with it a bit. Give me some good ones, my friends. I know you've got them. Go ahead, comment below. All right, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia, that's a hard one, is the formation of a word from the sound associated with what it's named. For example, the clock tick-tocked. all night, or the bees buzzed in the garden. It creates a sensory experience for the reader, making your writing more vivid and engaging. And ultimately, I just think it's a well-named word, if only I could pronounce it more easily. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. That's a hard one. All right, my favorite, alliteration. I just love alliteration. We have it in book titles all the time, and you'll see it in many others. At Book Launchers, we like to use it in book titles. Protect the Pig, Killers Keep Secrets, Self-Publish and Succeed, and my newest book coming in the fall, drum roll, Self-Promote and Succeed. Alliteration is the repetition of initial consonant sounds in neighboring words. You know, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I'm trying to remember that one. And Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Phew. Also, tongue twisters. Alliteration can add rhyme and musicality to your writing, making it more enjoyable to read. Assonance. Hopefully I'm saying that right too. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains. I like to ride my bike at night. The cat sat on the mat and looked at the rat, who was fat. The light of the fire was bright in the night. It's the repetition of vowel sounds in neighboring words. If you can use it in your writing, it's pleasing to the ear. So if you're working on an audiobook, it's a good thing to keep in mind, but you don't want to overuse it. A little here or there sprinkled in can work wonders. Irony. The fire station burned down. The traffic jam on the way to a stress management seminar. An author who writes about the dangers of technology and becomes a bestseller because of their book's popularity on social media. A writer who claims to have no interest in fame or fortune and becomes a household name and a multimillionaire because of the success of their book. Okay, one more. A writer who preaches about the importance of honesty and integrity that gets caught lying in their own life. Irony is a figure of speech in which the intended meaning is the opposite of what is said or written. Irony can happen in real life. It does happen in real life all the time. Even though those are made up examples, they could be real. And they make it more interesting and thought-provoking. So watch for irony in your life and business because it might apply in your book. Okay, my friends, what did I miss? Figures of speech are an essential tool in any writer's toolbox. Actually, one sec. Let me try one on for size here. Figures of speech are an expressive essence in any writer's arsenal. Go Assonance, if I'm even saying that word right.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your ass, in essence, isn't handling its diet well.
By incorporating them into your writing and your YouTube videos, you can add personality, emotion, and vivid imagery that will capture your reader's attention and make your writing, yes, more memorable. All right, now that you have these tools in your tool belt, maybe you want a few more. This video is about writing about people in your book and 3 ways to handle that sometimes sticky situation. And this video right here is about the 4 book writing myths you should not believe. Both are great watching. Booklaunchers.tv videos are like going on a treasure hunt where every click is a step deeper into a labyrinth of wonder and delight. So go ahead and discover, my friends.